My name is Elder Gabriella Ngubaye. I joined Life Changing Christian Church in 2008. Wow. The first time when I came to Life Changing Christian Church, I was introduced by my sister, my younger sister. And the first day when I stepped into Life Changing Christian Church, I just couldn't handle it. I left. The reason being, I saw Pastor the same way I had a dream about it. Long time ago, I remember, I think I was in grade 4. And when I got in church immediately, the same attire he was wearing in that dream, the same sermon he was preaching. And I was in the congregation by then. And I just said, no, this must be a deja vu or something. And I just left because I couldn't handle it. I told my sister, I said, you know what, I'm not going to come back again. But then with that conviction in my heart again, the same dream came back again. And I thought, no, then this is not ordinary. It should be the place where God has called me. And I was in a different ministry, of course. And I went to the service one day in that different congregation that I was attending. And the first time I heard the voice of God talking, when the Lord told me, this is not the ministry I have called you to. And I became very uncomfortable. It was in the middle of the praise and worship in that ministry that time. And I just stood up, took my bag, and I came back to Life Changing Christian Church. And since then, I never left again. I have too many memorable times in Life Changing Christian Church. I will start off with the crusades, where I have seen the power of God at work immediately, where people were blind and they received their sight instantly, specifically the crusades that we have had in the north. I remember it was in Oshakati, and also people who couldn't walk just stood up and started walking. That for me is the most memorable thing that I would always cherish, because when you see the power of God at work, there is nothing else that one would wish for. And of course, the first ordination in Life Changing Christian Church, when I was ordained as a deacon, it was something else. I never expected it, although I have prayed to God and said, Lord, make me useful in your house. Apart from being just a church worker, make me useful to the way you have called me, because I knew that God had a better purpose for me and more is still to come. And I said to the Lord, please, I do not want to remain just who I was by that time, just as an interpreter. But I said, Lord, whatever you are expecting me to do, I am willing to do it, no matter what it's going to cost me. So those were the most memorable times. Definitely, I will never forget. There are many of them, but just a few that I can share with you. Every year, every service actually. I'm looking forward to every service coming to church. But I think, to be more specific, women's meeting. Because the very first women meeting that we had, we were a little bit grinded, but grinded to become real women. And in that meeting is also where we learned how to dress as women and behaving as women. So every year I really look forward to the meeting of women where the Lord speaks to us as women, and to be able to be women of timber and caliber, to be supportive to our husbands, and those who are not married, to learn how to be wives, even to be an appropriate woman to be married, because it's not every woman that is marriable, but can be made marriable. So that's what I always look forward to, even to make me even be a better woman. Wow. First of all, the way He transformed me. It sometimes makes me emotional, because I know the life I came from, a background of an abused child. It made me to become somebody else that God never wanted me to be. But when I came to Life Changing Christian Church for the first time, I found peace with myself. I was able to make peace, which is very important in a person's life. And I was able to identify who I am, because I never knew who I was. And for the first time, where I came to know that God's love surpasses all things, because I did a lot of wrong things because I was looking for love, but God gave me that love that I was looking for. And from there on, as I received that love from Christ, I finally said to myself, then maybe it is time for me to get married. And I didn't expect it, but God decided so. And my heart moved. God blessed me with a wonderful husband. We got married in 2009. And that was something that I never expected, coming from a marriage that was painful. But God blessed me with a husband that actually came to settle my heart. And not settling my heart for emotions, but settling my heart that it is better to wait on the Lord and give you something that is great. And since 2009, my life has changed. And it is because of Life Changing Christian Church. Believe me. Because if it wasn't for this ministry, I had sworn that I will never get married again. But God blessed me with a wonderful husband. And from there on, it did not stop there. God blessed us with an Audi for free. We didn't expect it, And that was just a time when I started working, because immediately before we got married, I had issues with my work. And then when we got married, then I lost that job. And God has been providing for us. And then when I got this job, it was very far in Klein Windhoek, and we were living in Windhoek West. And the Lord said to me, maybe He doesn't want me to take a taxi. So He blessed us with an Audi, free of charge. We didn't spend a dime on it. I was shocked, because nobody has ever given me something for free. Even it was the first thing in my husband's life. And then from there on, God blessed us with the first BMW, a 320D. And it just keeps on moving. And then He blessed us again with another BMW. We changed from that old BMW to another BMW, a new model. And from there on, God blessed us again with Honda. By that time, it just came. It was the first time we were the first ones to have a CRV in Windhoek. And God has just been so faithful. The job, I can't tell. He has blessed me with a wonderful job with an international organization, and it has always been a blessing, and we never lacked anything since then. So God has just been awesome. He has blessed us with a house. There are just so many blessings that God has done for us, and for me specifically, because the way I am today, I never dreamt of it. I can say most of my mates, we are not at the same level. But what makes the difference is the light of God in my life, and the light that I came to experience in Life Changing Christian Church. And that forever will I be grateful for. The first book is Abandoned but Not Forsaken. This book is written in a way that I think it touches me personally. I remember the first time when I read the book, I actually put it aside because it was speaking too direct to me. Because all along in my life, growing up without knowing your parents, I was taken away, or my parents gave me away when I was very little. And I only came to know my mother later in life, and my siblings later on in life. I never knew my father. Yes, my siblings know their father. They have seen him. I don't remember seeing his face apart from seeing him in the picture. And I felt that there was nothing else better for me. Because as much as I came to know my family, I felt still abandoned because we never agreed on anything. And that was the most saddest part of my life. But then, for me to be able to really reconcile with myself and being able to open my heart for God more and to open my heart for other people, it came through the book Abandoned but Not Forsaken, because it spoke directly to me that yet my family could have abandoned me. But the reason why I'm still alive is because God did not forsake me. He still loved me, and I appreciate that. And it is through that book where I learned to love other people, to open my heart for other people's children, to open my heart for other people, that I'll be able to be a person of influence and impact on other people. And I learned that from the book Abandoned but Not Forsaken. The second book, of course, Power Shift as always, is my weapon until to this day. I love this book to bits. I can't go anywhere without that book, especially if I have to travel out. It is my book. It's a one-stop shop of a child of God. Anything that attacks you or whatever it is, that one is a one-stop shop, which I call it spiritual first aid. It's the first book that you need. And the other book that I really want to add on is Believer's Manual to Building a Relationship with God. You know, coming from a background of where you never knew relationship, it's very difficult for you to build a relationship with God that you can't see. And I used that book, Abandoned but Not Forsaken. And then for me to build a relationship with Christ was through Believer's Manual too. And it made me who I am today. That I can stand and say, yes, I am a child of God. Because I learned how to relate with God. I learned to relate with spiritual issues. That's the book that opened my eyes. Holiness, holiness, holiness. The standard. I love the standard. You know? To other people, it may be very difficult to say, or it might seem like Life Changing Christian Church is not a church where you can be. But when you know what you are looking for, the standard of holiness, righteousness and holiness is what you as a child of God should be looking for. And that is what I like a lot. And in Life Changing Christian Church, your life is covered as a whole. You know, your social needs are met, your spiritual needs are met, your emotional needs are met. Because as a human being, you have a wheel of life that is made up of your social needs, your physical needs, your spiritual needs, and your emotional needs, you know. And within Life Changing Christian Church, God has made it so possible that you don't need to go elsewhere to go and look for this, because these needs are met. And it gives me fulfillment just to be associated with Life Changing Christian Church. And thus, I cannot trade it for anything else, because I know God has called me here and He has made this possible for me. I can't look for elsewhere again. I would like to thank God for Life Changing Christian Church. And first of all, I would like to thank the Lord for the life of our senior pastor, for answering the call to come and minister in Namibia. And thus I say, Life Changing Christian Church name in itself, it is not an ordinary name. I am a testimony to it. I came and my life was changed. And it is all because He answered that call. Namibia is not an easy country to minister in, but He endured it and He answered that call, and He's still standing to this day. Even where the challenges were too many, he still stood for what he has believed in. And that has given me the courage still to remain faithful to God and stand. And it's not about him that I am here. It is not about the name of Life Changing Christian Church that I'm still here, but it is also because God has told me himself that this is where he has called me, and that is why I am standing, that I may be able to be standing in this ministry that God has called me in, and to be able to support the ministry. And that is the core of the whole issue, to be in Life Changing Christian Church. And I really want to bless the name of the Lord for his life, for standing, for being here. No matter the challenges, you have been standing as a child of God, as a man of God. You never compromised yourself, and it is a standard that I personally, Gabriella, have learned from you, Pastor. And my prayer is that may the Lord keep your light inside you still bright. It shall never go dim. It shall continue to prosper in this Namibia. No matter the challenges, Pastor, the Lord, he who has called you, that he has started a good thing in your life for you to be able to answer to this call, he shall keep you standing forever until the time when he says, "Welcome, my faithful servant." So shall it be in Jesus' name. You shall never lack. You shall never stumble. You shall continue to stand in Jesus' name. And I want to be give an encouragement to members of Life Changing Christian Church and anyone else that may be watching this testimony all over the world. I would like to say, it is not yet over until it's over. Stand and believe in the Lord, because he who has created you knows when it is over. It is not for you to decide that it's over, but to stand and believe in the word of the Lord and trusting him that surely he who has started a good thing in your life, he shall bring it to completion. In Jesus' name. And I would like to say, happy anniversary to our wonderful, awesome, blessed, glorious ministry, Life Changing Christian Church. 10 years is just a number. We are still coming. Soon we'll be saying, happy anniversary, 100 years of Life Changing Christian Church ministry worldwide. So shall it be in Jesus' name.